start to finish, bro. Don't overthink anything, bro. We're living in the moment. We put in too much work, bro. Have fun today. Let's go. Bring it up, baby. Let's go. Daddy on me. Daddy on me.
What is good, YouTube, man? Today I'm back with you guys, with the nation, for another video. And today, we are here. It is Victory Monday. Couple hours, we had the whole night to sleep on. What went down against the Denver Broncos in week 4. Now, to me, I was very, very happy with how the defense played. And of course, I was happy with the result. You can never be mad at a W. Now, let me say this. This probably was the Raiders' most complete performance of the season, right? Our offense complemented our defense a lot more this game, going down, and we actually scored after they scored on our defense, which is something that our offense hasn't done this entire season up till yesterday. Now, let me say this. Big props to this offensive line. Something that we've been, questioning throughout the entirety of the offseason and even up until yesterday. What's going to happen here? We're still playing musical chairs on the right tackle spot, but we really found our bread and butter, and it's honestly something that we've been asking for a very long time, since the start of the season, and that is feed Josh Jacobs, right? We may not be the best in the pass blocking department on the right side, but I'll tell you what we are good at. That mauling, smash mouth football. The Raiders offensive line, big props to them. We had over 200 yards on the ground yesterday. That is some pretty big numbers going up against the Broncos defense that was ranked in the top 5 in mostly every category, ranked in number 1 in about 3 of those 5 top categories. So that was a top defense in the NFL heading into this matchup. And I'm going to say this. Josh Jacobs, he put the play calling on notice for sure. With the amount of production that he was getting, there was no way that Josh McDaniels couldn't call his number. Now, I will say this, man. Going forward, we need to understand that, yes, running back by committee may not have been in Josh McDaniels' plans coming when he came into the Las Vegas Raiders. But I feel like that's because he's never had a back like Josh Jacobs in his career as a coach. So now that he has a number 1 back, a bell cow back, an every down back like Josh Jacobs, maybe that's why we aren't seeing the entirety of this offense that we would have seen if we didn't have a guy like Josh Jacobs, like all the screenplays or all the inclusivity on the tight ends and all that kind of stuff with the slot receivers. But here, he's came to the Las Vegas Raiders. He has a true number 1 back, and I think that that's going to be the recipe for the rest of the season, not just for a few games, but for the rest of the year, because it seems as though as the offense early on, it wasn't able to get clicking, but in that first drive, we drove all the way down the field, and it was mostly because we ran the ball, if I'm going to be honest with you. Josh Jacobs, phenomenal job. He makes a lot of yards after contact. Also, getting something out of nothing is something that Josh has done his entire career. Now, here's what I will say as well. It does seem as if, though, our quarterback has regressed just a little bit. And hear me out when I say this. This year, in this small sample size of 4 weeks in the month of football that we've gotten, this is Derek Carr's lowest completion percentage since 2014, his rookie year, which was a 58%. This year, as of right now, it's at a 61% completion percentage, which is his lowest of his career, like I said, outside of his rookie year. So what I think that we should do, this is just me, and you guys can tell me if you guys agree with it, is that the Las Vegas Raiders moving forward need to do what they did last night, feed Josh Jacobs, commit to the run, and let Derek Carr sling it when he has extra time. And when I say that is in a play action, under center if we're going to do it. Make sure that we continue to do those draw plays. Or I would love to just eliminate the 5 wide completely. The reason why I don't like the 5 wide is because the right side of the line is unsure in terms of the tackle spot. So if you do that, you don't allow any help on the right side of the offensive line. They're able to just peel their ears back because they have no worry in the world of a run game, of a play action, because your running back is that wide receiver. So it eliminates a lot of other options for the defense that they have to take account of, and they know what you're going to do. They know you're going to pass the ball. So I would like us to help Derek Carr, which would help this offense, and that's run the ball. Last night we ran the ball 38 times. Derek Carr only passed 34 times. Clearly a commitment to the run. And guess what? Devontae Adams still had over 100 yards. Darren Waller had a couple, he still had a drop that could have went for either a touchdown or a big game. So imagine this. Derek Carr gets back in his groove because the run game works. Devontae Adams, he's going to get his. Darren Waller, he gets out of this slump, which you saw him have a slump slightly last year as well. Hunter Renfrow gets implemented back in this offense. This will start clicking. Now, very, very overall good performance. One thing I will say is special teams coordinator. I don't know who he is. Tom McMahon, he got to go, man. I definitely feel like we were very, very stout on defense, which allowed our offense to make the plays that they did. But I will say this, on the special teams, there was 4 times that Denver only had to travel 55 yards or less to get to the end zone. The freaking field is 100 yards long. So 4 times they only had to travel basically half the length of the field or less because of special teams. There was 3 returns that went out to the 45 or the 48-yard line, and then there was that onside kick that was recovered on our side of the field. So it doesn't really make sense for us to continue doing what we're doing on special teams. We've got to clean a lot of things up there because we know once special teams can't play can change the outcome of a game, right? It is the NFL. Crazy things can happen, but nonetheless, I was very, very happy with the performance. We saw Zamir White get loose. Very good play. I will have something on that specifically very soon. And overall, man, Mac Hollins continued to play his part. Devontae Adams continued to catch everything going near him, aside from like 2 balls that were behind him. But look, man, this offense, hopefully it can wake up. And one of my most favorite things that I heard from Derek Carr last night in his press conference is if the defenses want to continue to double team everybody, I guess I'm just going to have to do what I did last night and run the ball, which is something that a lot of you guys as Raider Nation fans have been asking for Derek Carr. We saw him rush for 5 first downs, almost 50 yards on the ground just by Derek Carr alone. So he definitely did his part with that. We could see Derek Carr running the ball more. I don't think that we'll run any read options with Derek Carr, but if we could see him extend those plays a lot more, if he sees in lane and he takes those going forward, teams will have to slowly account for that, and that'll only make this offense better and better, man. Let me know what you guys think about last night's performance against the Denver Donkeys. We get in the win column, first of many, hopefully. Now we have to travel to Kansas City, who put on a pretty good performance. And in my opinion, if we're going to beat them, we got to run the ball. We got to keep Mahomes off the field, and we got to do what we did last night and keep that freaking team's offense on the sideline. We had almost 10 minutes more of time of possession. That means that Russell Wilson was sitting his ass down on those sidelines for more time than he wanted to be. That's exactly what we need to do to Mahomes and Kelsey on Monday night, which is another plus. Hopefully we get more players back that were injured. But like I said, let me know what you guys think about last night's performance of the Raiders versus Broncos. I'm just happy we got the win. Good teams find ways to win. That's what we need to do moving forward. And as always, you guys, I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.